also it gets inside right, but toy truck photography is a fun gimmick and a way to force ourselves as photographers to take unique and different photos. I've had this in my bag for over a year and a half, and I've made an effort to take it with me to all the different places that I've traveled to. So it sort of acts as a postcard, or as a postcard vibe to it when I'm looking back at the photos, and I can see all the different locations I've been with this one toy truck. Then after posting some of these videos, I realized that some people are actually thinking I was taking my actual Jeep, which I don't have. Jeep, if you want to sponsor me and send me a free Jeep, I'd take it. But people thought I was actually bringing a Jeep to these locations, not realizing that was just a toy truck. So I thought I might as well make a video about talking about the photography behind toy trucks. So let's roll along with some tips when taking toy truck photography photos. A good tip to remember is that the toy truck or car that you'll be using will most likely have some depth to it, so using an aperture of 2.8 won't work that well. I've found from experience that using an aperture around 5 or 5.6 is the sweet spot where you can get the majority of the vehicle in focus and still have a blurry background. But if you want everything to be thumbtack sharp, you want to go down to f16 or f22 to have everything in the shot perfectly in focus. Another good tip to keep in mind is to look around the area that you're in when you're taking these photos, looking for unique perspectives and compositions, but most importantly, the foreground of the photo that you're going to put the truck or vehicle in. Because if you use a rock, sand, or mud, it will help blend the distortion to help perceive that the truck is bigger than it is. But if it's too close to a leaf or plant or some sort of vegetation or an object that the general viewer has an idea of how big it is, it will throw off the scale of the image, and then people will be able to tell that it's a toy truck and not an actual vehicle if that's the look you're going for. If you're still going for that perfect distortion look, one thing you could do is take the area that you want the vehicle to be fully in focus, then take a picture of the vehicle fully in focus, and then in Photoshop, mask out the truck in the image and then scale it up and fit it perfectly in the area that you want to put it in. You just want to remember that you want the lighting of both places to be the same so that it lines up when you move it to the other spot in the image. If this video hits over 10K views in the future, I'll make an advanced form of this video showing how you could easily Photoshop this into the image later on. Then another good reminder is to take different angles of the truck. Don't always go for the same classic sideways angle. You could go fully profile from behind, from above. You can get your camera right below it to have this nice looking up perspective that can really throw off the perspective of a viewer. One more tip is that you want to make sure you're level with the vehicle that you're taking a photo of, just so it continues to help the perceived distortion that you're going for. If you're standing and the truck is at ground level, it's going to be obvious that it's just a toy car photo. But if you bring the camera about 1 to 2 feet away at the same level of the truck, it's going to help you create a much more captivating image than just standing above it. Now here's some tips on selecting your vehicle of choice. The first thing you want to make sure you do is you don't go too small. You want to avoid the Matchbox cars. You want a much larger vehicle that fits about in your pocket or section of your bag still. Just because if you go too small, it's going to be really hard on your camera to really hit that focal point, and it's going to be much harder to really go for that distortion or perceived perception in your image that you want. Also avoid stickers. You really want to go for that nice clean look to really make the appearance of it being a real vehicle. You don't want some cheesy brand sticker on it or logo that totally blows off the fact that you're really trying to go for a real clean photo. Also pick an environment which makes sense for your vehicle. I'm pretty lucky in that the Jeep is pretty universal, but if your vehicle is a toy car, don't bring it to the beach. Or if your vehicle is a van with a surfboard on it, it might not look that great in a city street. So if you think about where you're actually going to be bringing these vehicles and what you're going to be doing with your shot, it can help improve the quality of your photo overall. So if you take all of that into consideration, you'll be rolling along, driving through. Jeepers, I'm going to lose viewers to bad puns if I'm not careful. We'll get through this. Don't break up with me, I'll tire out soon. I know, bad puns can be really deflating. Anyway, those are some basic car photography photo tips that you could use to go out and take your own photos. As I mentioned earlier, if this video somehow hits over 10K, I'll make an advanced photography session where I'm actually out taking photos with my toy car and showing how I like to take them. But as always, let's recap.